What a headshot! What a head!
How's it, guys? This is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video, I'll be taking you through my very own transfer plan for the upcoming Double Game Week 34. So yes, Double Game Week 34, the second last massive double of the season is upon us, and in this video you guys are going to find out if it's actually going to be free at week or not. Now before we talk about all that Double Game Week goodness, I'm going to take you guys through a quick review of how Game Week 33 is going. We still do have one game coming up tonight where I do have a triple up. After that, I'm going to jump into all that goodness, show you guys my current team selection and my starting 11, and then show you guys my transfer plan for the upcoming Double Game Week. So if that's something you guys are interested in, sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So going over a quick review of how Game Week 33 is going. As you guys can see, we're on a green arrow, but it's more of a grey arrow. But I still have a triple up coming up tonight. So as of now, I've got 44 points, also with one bench option, but I haven't updated the overall points as of yet. Now jumping ahead to Double Game Week 34, if you don't activate the free chip, I've got one free transfer and 1.1 in the bank to play with. So the triple up I have coming up tonight is all from the Chelsea side of things. It's Petrovic, Gusto, as well as Cole Palmer. However, he's at 100% ownership. So in terms of points gained for Cole Palmer, unfortunately, at 100% effective ownership, no matter how many points he gets, I won't be gaining rank. So it really comes down to a double up of Gusto and Petrovic. So the things I do for a Chelsea clean sheet are quite extensive, but in the day I hope both of them do play. So let's see what happens tonight. Obviously Everton also available game week in 34, going to be scouting some of their options for my team, but fingers crossed they don't score and Petrovic and Gusto go massive. Now let's see where those 44 points came from. As mentioned, it's a little bit of a grey arrow at the moment. Fingers crossed though that at least Petrovic and Gusto get us a few points, as that also meant the green arrow quite nicely. In the comments down below, how did your game week go? I haven't seen that many points in terms of most people's teams, but if you guys own someone like a Guardiola and an Isaac, you probably had a pretty strong green arrow. So I'm going to start off on the bench for our team review, and as mentioned, Garnacho actually will be coming off our bench for the injured Phil Foden. He wasn't actually injured, but he didn't come off the bench for Man City this weekend. Let's just go over Phil Foden and address the elephant in the room. Yes, the early team sheet leaks were incorrect for Game Week 33, and it seems like there was a late change, inverted commas, for the Man City game. Now whether it was a late change, I don't exactly know. Personally, I think it was probably kind of them flushing out leakers of their teams, as all logic pointed to Phil Foden being benched for this fixture. That's why on the stream, we had a complete plan without Phil Foden, but when the team leaks came out of left field, we almost had to bring him in for Saka. Now as you guys can see, Garnacho will be coming off the bench for his 4-point appearance. We got lucky there, Saka only got 2 points, but would have loved if Phil Foden actually played this game, as Man City went on and scored 5 goals. It's a very kind of weird situation. I guess it came out trumps at the end of the day. I mean, in the team selection, we spoke about bringing in someone like a Gordon or a Bruno for Saka. Both those assets went absolutely nuclear this game week, so I wish I went for them. But if Phil Foden wasn't going to start, I probably wasn't going to take out Saka anyways. So it is what it is. I guess Phil Foden was benched. At least we have him for the upcoming Double Game Week 37. And Garnacho's 4 points will be quite welcomed in the starting 11. But going back to the bench, let's speak about Garnacho as well. Had a very kind of interesting Game Week 33. Got an assist for the penalty, but it was subbed at half time. Now over on Twitter, we have been discussing the reasons for this. Apparently Ten Hag said that he was sick and didn't train the whole week, and therefore was only fit for 45 minutes. The other side of the spectrum is we Garnacho liking tweets about him being benched. So the true story, I don't exactly know if we're going to be getting. Really wish that he started the other 45 minutes, because the second half of the game, United went on and scored another goal, and he has been one of the best United attackers at the moment. But as with all things FPL, it is what it is. 4 points is better than 2 points from Saka, so those points were net gained. Now Dayvy got 0 points, not because he didn't play, because he conceded 4 goals, and that was to Dan Burn's Newcastle. So was I expecting Dan Burn to keep a clean sheet? Definitely not, especially because it was against Spurs and their attack has been pretty good. Now Dan Burn was the other transfer we made this week, and the other suggestion was going to be Guardiola, who would have been a much better option, and I would have started him, not like Dan Burn, who was on my bench this game week. The logic behind this move was I wanted to prolong the Man City defender transfer for as long as possible, because as mentioned with Foden, I really want them for Double Game Week 37. So my starting defenders had fine fixtures at the end of the day, and I wasn't expecting Guardiola to go and score a goal and get an assist. Onana rounds up our defensive department. If Petrovic doesn't feature, he'll come off the bench, but I'm pretty sure the Chelsea shot stopper will be starting this fixture. So let's now go on and assess the rest of our team. I'm going to start off with the defense, where there wasn't many points. Starting off with Conor Bradley, who was unfortunately subbed in this game. So I think just at the start of the second half, Bradley overextended his foot, he therefore went off injured and Trent came on the field, so he ended this game with only 1 point. But he did lose the clean sheet already in the first half to Crystal Palace, so I wasn't too concerned about those points, but overall was pretty disappointed with that Liverpool defence. Now as you guys know, Connor Bradley does get quite forward, he had a few chances, but overall pretty quiet game from the youngster. The other option, Van Hekke, I thought this might be a locked-in clean sheet against Burnley. That Brighton defence has actually improved recently, and I will say the Burnley goal was a little bit lucky. Now if I said lucky goal, you probably weren't thinking of the kind of Burnley goal, you were thinking about the Brighton one, an absolute howler from the Burnley goalkeeper. But yes, Van Hekke, I played him because I brought in Dan Burn, would have benched him if I brought in Guardiola. So hopefully Gusto gets us some more points, at least makes the defence look better. Fingers crossed tonight. Now midfield department, it's going to be Heung-min Son starting up next. He didn't even make 60 minutes in the Newcastle game, which is a little bit weird to be honest. I don't know if it was an injury or it was kind of a tactical switch, but that Spurs attack recently has been pretty lackluster. So one to watch out for, obviously it's the double game week in 35, I'm not going to be transferring him out, but Spurs have to improve quickly with a few games coming up. And the last midfielder that started, or at least was in our starting 11, was going to be Mo Salah, and he also blanked in this fixture. So if you guys did captain Mo Salah, it was a pretty kind of unlucky affair. If you guys saw the stats, Liverpool couldn't convert, I think 3.2 XG or something ridiculous like that, and Mo Salah had a few big chances. So if you guys did go differential, went for this Crystal Palace game, was a massive upset. Liverpool just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Now definitely kind of thinking up to the upcoming double in terms of Camsey, is Mo Salah currently your captain, or are you guys going for someone different? Now front line made things a little bit better. It was going to be Erling Haaland with 20 points, and that's obviously 10 points doubled. So the assist early into the fixture, I think this happened about the first 5 minutes, something ridiculous like that. Then we got a lucky penalty towards the end of the game, and that cemented the double-digit return. Now there could have been some more bonus points here, but to some kind of late theatrics from Guardiola, Erling Haaland ended up on 10 points. So as the closest kind of competitor was Mo Salah, this is a pretty decent return. Let's see what Cole Palmer does tonight. Then Darwin Núñez got 2 points, a pretty disappointing performance. We always knew there was going to be reduced minutes with Jota back in the team, but he did have some big chances, a massive one missed in this fixture. So as mentioned, I don't really know what Liverpool did, what curse they're under. They couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and that includes Darwin Núñez. It's a pretty kind of frustrating affair. I would have probably taken him out for Alvarez if Foden was benched, and that would have been an improvement on the points. Now, at least one of the Game Week 30 wildcard choices that has gone pretty well is going to be Isaac, and he got a massive 12 points in this fixture. Now, I didn't really expect this from that Newcastle team against Spurs. I knew their defense wasn't great, but I wasn't expecting 4 goals, and Isaac had a great performance overall. So those Isaac differential points definitely are coming in clutch for this game week. Let's hope the Chelsea assets put the cherry on top. But in the comments down below, how many points are you guys currently on? How many assets do you have in tonight's fixture, Chelsea vs Everton? And where are you sitting the overall ranks currently? Now the next talking point, as I always do, is in my team selection before any transfers are made. And let's see if I'm going to activate the free chip. Now this week I've got 1 free transfer and 1.1 in the bank, so a small upgrade can be made if you want to use it. Now let's start off on our bench, and we've got 2 blankers here. The Spurs assets, Son and Udogie, don't have a fixture, and the rest of my bench practically don't either. Petrovic is Arsenal, not expecting many points there. Then Van Hekke has Man City at home, and I'm expecting Brighton to concede. So our bench coverage this week is pretty non-existent, so fingers crossed our starting 11 actually features. Now Nana has a pretty strong game. Sheffield United at home doesn't get better than that, or at least I've thought it hasn't, but all my assets playing them have actually lost their clean sheet recently. So let's see if Onana can kind of rectify that, get a clean sheet, but that United attack hasn't been great at the moment. Then our back line is Bradley, who's currently injured potentially. Klopp did say that it might not be as bad as initially inspected, but it's still a wait and see, but obviously Liverpool play on Thursday. And then Dan Burn is Crystal Palace away and Gusto's Arsenal away. Let's see if Newcastle can keep another clean sheet. But overall defense looks pretty kind of terrible. If Bradley doesn't feature for the double, he might not even with Trent back, and therefore he might actually be a sell. Now midfield department, got Garnacho, Sheffield United. Will he even feature as well with the disciplinary issue? I'm pretty sure he will though, as he's been one of the best attackers. Then Cole Palmer against Arsenal, not expecting many points there, even though he's been a pretty strong performer. And then our captain Mo Salah, I expect to start both games. So that Liverpool double game week, even though it is both away games, I think it's pretty decent. And I can see them scoring against both Fulham and Everton. So very obvious kind of Campsy decision there in terms of the double game week, one of my most nailed options. But unfortunately, I don't actually own that many. Then Foden against Brighton. Let's see how Real Madrid kind of put up a fight. Will Foden play this one? I'm pretty sure you'll be back in the team. I think it was just the knock in the Champions League game that caused Pep to be quite cautious. Then our front line, Erling Haaland again, Brighton, strong game. Man City on the top, they have to win every game. Darwin as well might be a slight rotation concern with Gakpo as well as Jota back in the team, and overall his performance has been pretty flat. The final player, Isaac, though, the star performer of our team, Crystal Palace away, that's definitely a winnable affair, as long as Newcastle can actually convert their XG, unlike Liverpool. But as you guys can see, the starting 11 actually doesn't look that bad, however, when you consider the amount of double game week players I do own, it's pretty minimal, and therefore no surprises, I've gone and activated the free hit chip. Now the price rises on Sunday were pretty drastic, let's see if they are tonight. I'd recommend activating it if you guys want to and catch those price rises, and my first free hit draft will be available tomorrow. So what you guys can do in the comments below, if you guys are on the free hit, what's your current draft looking like? I'll be releasing that video tomorrow evening, so make sure the bell notifications are turned on. Otherwise, good luck tonight, hopefully Chelsea keep a clean sheet, I'll be pretty happy, or I'll take a Gusto Hattie to be honest. Let's see what happens, hopefully the rank does improve, but I'll be seeing you guys shortly for the free hit content. It is officially free hit week. But this is basically going to wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like it if you did, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I will see you guys for all the content this week, so make sure those bell notifications are turned on. But for the time being, I'm signing off. Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.